literacy friends. It's Mrs. Cook. It's been a while since I made a video for you, so I'm excited to be on today. I am going to help you identify the author's theme in Enemy Pie. So this week we've been reading Enemy Pie, and we've found out a little bit about the main character who doesn't actually have a name in this book. So I've been calling him the Sun. And then we also have Dad and Jeremy Ross, and they are the main characters in this story. Now, before we get started identifying the theme, let's remember what the author's theme actually is. And I've got a little vocabulary card that can help you understand what the author's theme is. So the author's theme is the message or lesson that the author wanted you to take away from the text. Remember, we have author's purpose and author's theme. The author's purpose is one of three, right? To inform, to entertain, or to guide. So those are the three different things that an author's purpose in writing a book would be. But the author's theme is kind of what the big idea is. Like, what did he want you or she want you to learn from this story? And we've covered this with every book that we've read this year. So what do you think it is in Enemy Pie? So I remember at the beginning of the story, the son was super upset because a boy moved into the neighborhood and he wasn't very kind, right? He didn't invite him to his birthday party, and he made fun of Jeremy when he struck out in a baseball game. And so Jeremy felt a big emotion of injustice. He didn't feel like that was fair. He didn't feel like it was kind. He almost kind of felt like Jeremy Ross was really mean. In fact, he made Jeremy Ross his number one enemy, right? And he's complaining about it, and he went and talked to his dad about it, and his dad said, well, I'll help you. I'll make you some enemy pie. I know all about it. It's a secret recipe passed down generation to generation. Just kidding. And he tells him that enemy pie is the fastest way to get rid of enemies. So right at the beginning, we learn that the son needs some help with an enemy. Then one of the things that Dad says that he needs to do is hang out. He needs to hang out with the enemy. He needs to spend time with his enemy. And the son's like, ugh, I don't want to do that. I don't like this kid, right? But as he starts hanging out with Jeremy Ross, they start to discover that they actually have a couple of things in common, right? And he says right there, I was actually kind of having fun, right? I was kind of having fun with my enemy. He almost seemed nice, and he thinks that's preposterous that this enemy could be nice, right? He says he liked his basketball hoop. They learned we learned that they like to play boomerang and that Jeremy Ross is really good at it. They went into the tree house, which that was a big deal for the son because he and his dad had built it and it was his tree house, right? They played games, and about this time, the enemy pie is ready, okay? And all of a sudden, the son has a change of heart, right? And he says, no, don't eat that. Don't eat it. That's enemy pie. And then he's like, wait, why is your dad eating it then? And then I think at this time, at this point, he thinks it's safe. And so he decides to eat the pie too. And he's like, enemy pie is delicious. And then after that, they decide that they're going to play some more. And at the end, the last sentence gives us the biggest clue into the author's theme. He says, I don't know if I'll ever get an answer because I just lost my best enemy. And the picture, the illustration here helps me to understand that a little bit more. He's lost his best enemy because he's no longer an enemy. So the author's theme here is a lot of what we talk about in school. When you guys are first entering a class or beginning the school year, we talk about friendship and how it's important to understand that not everyone is the same, but that we can all be friends if we get to know each other. And that is the author's theme. That is what Derek Munson was trying to teach us through Enemy Pie. He was trying to teach us that when we get to know somebody, we start feeling like we understand them more, and we start being able to be friends with them more, right? So let's review. All along, Dad had a plan, and his plan was to help Jeremy. Keep wanting to call him Jeremy. His dad's plan was to help his son understand that just because you don't know someone well enough doesn't mean that they're mean or your enemy. Getting to know someone can open the door to new friendships, and that is the theme of Enemy Pie. I hope you enjoyed this book. It's a good one, and I really enjoy how it teaches us that our perspectives and our points of view can change. So I miss you guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye.